由鬼才導演兼編劇 James Gunn 執導，Margot Robbie、Joel Kinnaman 等人主演嘅一部反超級英雄電影，續集好快就要上映啦！呢次嘅卡士陣容除咗保留上集嘅經典角色，仲有好似 John Cena 等嘅新血加入。不過就有傳 James 喺戲中安排7名重要角色死亡嘅結局。呢日我哋嘅主播黃振全就同導演 James 以及幾位主演越洋做專訪，睇下導演會唔會解開大家嘅謎團啦。
Isn't it that you can decide which characters to live or die this time in the movie?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you review some to us?
Of who lives and who dies? Is that what you want to hear?
But you can make the decision, right?
Yeah, I write the script, so everything is up to me. So every single part of this movie is up to me. Warner Brothers gave me the keys to the car. I write every single line of dialogue. I write every situation. Everything that happens in the movie is up to me.
Okay, and once again, your brother, Sean Gunn, worked with you again. Is it your idea to let him play the motion capture for Weasel?
Oh yeah, that's everybody who's in the movie is my idea. So he's great. I wrote the role of Weasel for him. You know, nobody could do that. Little guy squeals other than Sean, and he was perfect.
So do you think his potential is good to play the Weasel?
Oh yeah. We're gonna see more Weasel for sure. That's definitely gonna come.
And is that your idea to insist on doing most of the shooting in real places other than using too much CGI?
Yeah, absolutely. I believe that, you know, if you can shoot something practically, you should. And today, a lot of use of CGI is simply laziness on the part of the filmmakers. They don't want to make decisions. They don't want to make choices. They don't want to prep. So then they just do it all afterwards, even though it costs more than it would be to just build a gigantic set. So I just tried to build the biggest sets I could. It made it more fun for me. It made it more fun for the actors. And the practical effects are something that I love to do as much as I possibly can.
由澳洲女星 Margot Robbie 飾演嘅小丑女 Harley Quinn，擁有標誌性嘅紅藍色雙馬尾以及慘白嘅膚色，身材火辣，行事瘋癲，而且講嘢都有自己特殊嘅通。呢啲特質無疑都喺影迷心目中留下深刻嘅印象啊！
Harley Quinn always speaks and behaves in a very special way, a Harley way. Actually, how did you prepare for it?
I mean, James wrote her voice so well. I mean, David Ayer wrote Suicide Squad the first time we met Harley, and I think he really captured her voice from the comics really well as well. And then Christina Hodson, a dear friend of mine, wrote Birds of Prey, and I think she really got her voice as well. And then James also got Harley's voice so well. So it was always been a pleasure and so easy for me to jump into that because it's well written. And I think it's well written because it's so clear who Harley is in the comics and in the animated series. And I think just being able to have that source material has given us some sort of continuity throughout the 3 films.
But actually, how long does it take to put on those white makeup on your whole body?
There's a whole process. I get spray painted with white paint, then I get spray painted with this kind of shimmery see-through layer so that it gives it a bit of dimension. Then there's a sealer that goes over the top of it. Then we do the tattoos, and to get tattoos to stay on with underwater work and fighting, that's, you know, a 3-step process as well. Then there's the cuts and bruises for whatever stage of the movie you're in. And then there's a wig and the costume. So with 3 people working at the same time, we get it done in 2.5 hours.
而且喺片中同 Margo 有親密戲份嘅西班牙男星 Juan Diego Botto 就笑言佢同 Margo 拍完親熱戲份都會留下好多痕跡啊。
Juan, how was the experience like working with Margo?
It was great. It was great. I mean, she's one of the best actresses in the world, and she's, you know, it was beautiful to watch. She's been playing Harley Quinn for the last several years. She is a character. This is a character that she knows so well, and it's beautiful to watch her getting in and out of the character and knowing every single detail of the character. And also, of course, she's a brilliant actress, but also a generous and kind and fun coworker.
And did she really drop those white makeup on your face during those intimate scenes?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, you've seen the movie, so she's totally white with this extremely red lips, and every time there was a kiss or hugging or getting close to, the reset took like 20 minutes each. I was completely white with red lips all over me. That took a long time.
Joel Kinnaman 延續上一部電影嘅角色，繼續飾演擁有超高戰鬥能力嘅軍人同突擊小隊嘅隊長，戲中亦有唔少打鬥場面，所以身形一定要操得好 fit 啊！
What is the biggest difference of being part of the Suicide Squad again?
Well, it's James Gunn. This time around, we get to step into the bizarre and crazy mind of James Gunn and his take on the Suicide Squad. And there's something with James, he just understands this comic book world so well.
Yes.
And he knows where he can take license and where he needs to stay true to canon. And he knows how silly he can be, and also he's allowed to make it hard R-rated, so it becomes really violent and gory and really funny all the time.
Was the workout and diet even tougher this time? How was it?
It was tougher because I was shooting the second season of For All Mankind at exactly the same time. So
Yes.
I was literally flying between Atlanta and Los Angeles every week to shoot these both projects at the same time as I was trying to put on weight and get big. So it was tough, but we got there.
Uh-huh. And how was the experience like fighting with John Cena? He is a great wrestler and actor.
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing. He's a very nice and funny guy, but he's a very, he's a strict professional.
Yeah.
So, I was a little worried at first. You've seen how big his arms are, right? They're massive. I mean, I could hide behind one of his biceps. And there's a vein on his left arm that is bigger than my actual arm.
Really?
So I was hoping that he was going to be nice to me, but
You did it.
professional, and it was fun.
David Dastmalchian 同 Joel Kinnaman 都係首次加入呢個大家庭，佢哋都有分享感受啊！
How is the feeling like joining the great Suicide Squad?
Jeoffrey, I have been reading and collecting comic books my whole life, and DC, to me, has always had the best villains, and I love the whole concept of the Suicide Squad. One of my favorite DC characters is Harley Quinn, and the way that Margot Robbie has brought her to life in the last 5 years is one of my favorite things when it comes to superhero movies in general, be it DC, Marvel, you name it. So for me to get to go be a part of the Suicide Squad, and then to have James Gunn, one of my favorite filmmakers, writing and directing this movie, it was like, yes.
The first is a big adventure. When you are in the forest, in the Panama forest, or close to the ocean, and you are in the Panama City, working there, you have to think that it's a real adventure. It's a great adventure. It's so excitement, a very exciting adventure.